So we're going to go ahead and apply the FOIL method, which stands for the first terms, the product of the first terms. So 3x times 2x gives you 6x squared. And then you're going to find the product of the outer terms, which is 3x times 5, which is going to be plus 15x. Then you're going to multiply the product of the inner terms, which is 1 times 2x, and then the last terms, which is going to be 1 times 5. Our next step is to simplify. So we have 6x squared, and we have 15x plus 2x. Since 1 times 2x is 2x, that gives you 17x plus 5. And that is the FOIL method. For example B, we're going to multiply the first terms, x times x, which gives you x squared. Then you're going to multiply times the outer terms, so you have x times 4, 4x. And then the inner term, which is negative 3 times x, negative 3x. And then negative 3 times 4, which is negative 12. So I have x squared. 4x minus 3x is just going to be x minus 12. For example C, we're going to multiply 5x times x. Those are the first terms. So you get 5x squared. And then you're going to multiply by the outer, 5x times negative 2, which gives you negative 10x. Multiply by the inner, then it's going to be negative 7x. And then negative 7 times negative 2, which gives you positive 14. You simplify, so you have 5x squared minus 10x minus 7x gives you negative 17x plus 14. And so these are all examples of the use of the FOIL method. I'm going to show you a way to multiply a binomial that is squared. What you do is you get the first term, and what are you going to do with the first term? You're going to square it. And then you get the exponent, you get this term, and you get this term, and then multiply. 2 times 2 is 4, times t is 4t. And then the last term, you're going to square it. So that's going to be plus 4. So you square the first term, and then you multiply the terms and the exponent, and you get 4t. And then the last term, you square it. And you do the same thing in case of a negative, when you have a minus involved. So you're going to go ahead and square the first term, p squared. You're going to find the product of these three, which will give you negative 2pq. And then go ahead and square the last term, and that will be plus q to the second power. So in this case, you have 2x plus 5 raised to the second power. So you're going to square the first term, multiply 2 times 5 times 2x, so 2 times 5 is 10, times 2 is 20x, and then the last term you're going to square it, so it's 5 squared. So this is going to be 2 to the second power, which is 4x squared, plus 20x, plus 25. When multiplying some difference of two binomials, you notice that we have a plus and we have a minus. What we're going to do is we're going to simply, all you have to do is square the first term plus minus square the last term, which is 4 squared. So you have x squared minus 16. So for example, you notice that we have a difference, a sum difference here. You have a plus and a minus. So what you need to do is square the first term and then subtract and then square the last term. So 6 squared is 36 t squared minus 7 squared, which is 49. And this also occurs with binomials that include fractions, and we have a sum difference here. So we're going to get the first term squared minus 1/4 to the second power. So you have x squared minus